Hey guys, welcome back. This is Storm and welcome to episode 147 of our single player Tiveden world. So what a roller coaster. That intro. I had a whole lot of fun collecting some nice fish, exploring the oceans, and then it gets tainted by dying. But that's okay. Every now and then I do die. I'm not immune to dying. I was actually trying to collect some extra iron to make more buckets because collecting all those fish in individual buckets takes up a lot of iron, so I had to get more of those. But we've come back now to the main island, and I guess one plus of dying like that is I'm going to have a couple of nights without phantoms, so that's pretty cool. Every other day it's battle time with phantoms at night time, but I think we can have a break of that for the time being. So let's go out this direction because we've got all these fish now, and I want to do something with them. Got to be a little bit careful traversing through the island here because it's not completely mob proof by any means. So let's come out this way. It's been a little while since we've come out onto this dock area. I think now that we are upgraded to Update Aquatic, it'd be pretty cool to build out this dock area. Probably have a couple of buildings here, maybe even a few pens where we could put in some of these fish that we've collected. I'm not sure what I'll do with all my fish. I do have quite a few, so I do have pufferfish, which probably could look good down by our witch area. So it's kind of our evil standalone island, which is down in this direction. So I might go and do that. I've got all these ones, but I do have a whole lot of other fish. Where are they? In here? Yeah. So I've got a few. So I'm going to get some materials ready and try out some building. Alright, now I'm going to sleep because this is going to storm and I do not want my island to burn down again, so I need to find a bed pronto and sleep. So I think what we'll do is we're going to build up a couple of stall areas. So I'm not going to have too much detail around the side here. We do have a lot of room really because we've got the mountain right next to us. So what I was thinking of doing is maybe building a larger house back here, then having a couple of smaller stalls or stands. This is where they could do more active trading, because we do have these two merchant areas. In fact, did I ever finish? I didn't finish this other ship down here, did I? I did not. That is the start of a ship, but I need to finish that one. So yes, probably going to take out this little bit of land, build in a couple of extra little trading halls or trading spots. I think that could look good. And I'm going to try out using some of the stripped oak as well, or stripped dark oak or spruce, whatever it is that I'm going to be building out of wood. I think that could be a nice way to have a bit of a weathered look, particularly that we're down by the water edge here. So trying out a few different things, and I'll also try out using some terracotta. I want to add a bit more colour around my builds of this main island, so we might experiment with some terracotta as well. So here is all my coral. Do you remember that I couldn't find all the coral that I collected on my first ocean adventure? Well, this is where it is. I totally forgot bringing it over and putting it into this chest. I must have been thinking about building some kind of coral shop on the foreshore here, so that's where it is. Mystery solved on that one. Although I cannot find my shovel, so if you guys know where I put my shovel, did I put it into a chest somewhere? I can't find it, so yes. If you know where that is, I'd like to solve that mystery as well. But I've started to make some basic progress here. I'm not going in with anything too fancy just yet because I don't even know what I'm building just yet. I'm trying to just think of ideas. So what I'm going to do is build some kind of raised building, I think. So I'll probably switch out this to be cobble or something rather than just being the oak wood there. I do want to have the idea of these buildings being raised a level. Not all of them, but maybe some of them, because maybe it's prone to flooding around the water edge here. I don't know, just something I was thinking of. And yeah, mixing in some different terracotta. So this is actually light grey. It doesn't look like light grey, but it is light grey terracotta. I think something like this, I'm not going to have all these structures looking the same or having the same height. I want to have some different variations. I'm thinking of having a building that's a little bit wider out the front here, then a couple of smaller stalls attached to it. It's getting nighttime. And what I'm going to do is have a pathway that comes out through this way. We do have this little valley here, and I think it would be pretty cool to have some kind of path that comes up into the island itself. And this could be the way that you basically take items from the dock area all the way up and then bring things down to the dock as well. So few things on the go, a few ideas, very basic stuff at the moment, but I've got an idea of what I can do. Time for an update. We made some more progress. You can see the shape of this house is starting to come together. I've decided the kind of width that I want and the roof design, so I'm going to have this border using the cobblestone stairs, and it's going to be wider this way. I think we could probably make it go back a little distance. These trees are going to have to go though, it's going to be too close. So I'll have to think about what I'm going to do in between here. I'll probably put in maybe a taller tree and just have... I wanted some leaves to go over the top of this building. That's what my end goal is, but we'll have to see, do we have enough room for that? So yes, I think this is going to look good. I'll probably have a walk-in area here for some stalls and some stands, places you can trade and take all your goods from these ships. So a few ideas there. This house down here, you can see I've made quite a few changes. Mixed in some red terracotta up there rather than the light grey, just trying different things. It's raised up, so I've worked out how I want to do that using some of these spruce trapdoors to help add the borders for the edges. I think that looks good. And I know I'm going to use this trapdoor a lot. I mean, it's such a nice building material to use the spruce trapdoor. So you can see I'm using it for some overhangs, different height levels here, and I think it just looks good. So I'll be using more of this around my world for sure. And for the side area here, you can see I've gone into the mountain slightly. I wanted to have an area that's going to be for display. Maybe we could put something in here. It doesn't have to be flowers, but for now I could even put fish or something in there if I wanted to. Just put water in here. So a few ideas for that, and then yeah, just making a little entranceway here for the doorway. And then I need to figure out the roof design. I haven't landed on what I'll do for that. So, more changes on this building. I've switched out the stripped dark oak wood I had on this side and put in the red terracotta, and the same on this side. This is the colour now that I think I needed. I think this is going to add a lot more to this building, and I'm happy now. As I've progressed through, as I've made small changes, it's funny how this game allows you to change things. You don't have to settle. You can always change things. You can go back and update your existing builds or work on new combinations of things as you build new builds, and I'm happy with the way this looks now. And I've also started to add an extension, so I'm going to have another building connected to this one, and the main walls are going to be made out of the dark stripped oak wood, whatever you call these things. And I've got a veranda. I'm not sure what you would call this, but it's also raised, and I think that's going to help funnel the direction. As you look in this direction, it's going to draw your attention to the path that takes you into the village or into the main island there. So really happy the way that's going to look, and I'll just keep working on that. Made a few small changes to this building, added in the spruce for the stairs for the roof there. Also changed the entranceway just a little bit. I've also cleared out the land and the trees that I had just here, so we can make way for some more buildings. I think I alluded to these as being houses. They won't be houses. These will be for trading and all the administration stuff. We're running a dock, so that's what we're going to be using these buildings for. But I do want some actual trading stalls or stands. And I've cleared out a little section here in the mountain to try something. So I'm going to add some borders, I think, using the dark oak logs, just so we can try and make this draw in and match this one. So how wide do we want this to be? Can I go 3 blocks wide? So I'm going to try out a palette here with you guys. Now I was going to have, originally I was going to use concrete, or I was going to use wool, but I think having the terracotta, which has just a darker shade to it, will look good for this area. I don't want it overly bright. So something like this. This is going to be the back of the stall. And then we could have this come out a couple of blocks. Let's do this here as well. And now I'm thinking of using the good old trapdoor. Don't want to overuse. Oh, that looks good. That was unintentional, but I might keep that. I'm going to adds like a support section to it. And I'm going to have this overhang 1 extra block. But I might want to raise this up. Let's try raising this up 1 extra block. Let's just try that on this side. And if we don't like it, the reason why I'm going to raise this up is because I'm going to use string to support some carpet that's going to be floating. And if I don't raise it up, the carpets, or the string rather, is going to be right in the face of the player as you walk in. So I might want to increase the height there. Let's see what this looks like. Is it going to look too strange? Whoops, have I not gone out this far? I have now. A nice overhang like that. Let's create ourselves a support structure here. So this could basically look like something you could pull down or pull out. So it's a temporary kind of building, and you could set it up and then tear it down at night time or close it when it's raining, something like that. That looks good actually. Don't mind the look of that. I think the extra height is going to add something. Now let's add these extra support areas. Looks good. And what we could also do is put down some fences here to make it look like it's actually connected. Yeah, what do we think of that? Looks good. In fact, I don't mind the different height combination here either. We could even make this one look slightly different and have a different height. So a few ideas. And we could also, do we want to sneak in some strip wood? Doesn't look too bad either. Let's take a look from the side. Yeah, pretty happy with that. So this is the kind of stall design. I'm going to have to think of an entrance and some kind of way to have something staying in here. So it could be like that though. And then we could just put down a trapdoor like so. So you can come in, have a chest here or something, and then do your trading. I think that could work quite nicely. Couldn't help myself, but I think we need to put some fish here. I did capture all those fish at the start of the episode. Be good to have them on display. So I'm going to create myself like a live fish tank area here. So this is an area where you could come in, choose your live fish, make your purchase, then be on your merry way. So I think that could look good. And I'm going to have some trapdoors on the inside because we should be able to waterlog them. So this can be all full of water and allowing us to have a full block gap here because I do want to put a light source. So I think it'd be cool to have a chest. We could hide some lighting underneath that chest. And then let's just put in our fish. Hopefully they enjoy their new home. Good so far. Look at that. Water is contained. We can see our new live fish. I could probably even put in a little bit of seagrass for those guys. Do we have... I do have some bone meal. Let's just make some of this. And then let's see what this looks like. Is this going to be overkill? Probably don't need all of it. Let's just remove that one. Those two. Yeah, what do we think of that? I think that looks good. I could even probably put in a little bit of kelp, but anyway, I think that looks pretty cool for this area. So I think we should switch out some of these cobblestone that we have up in here. It'd be good to add a bit of variation to the textures. So I've just got a few selections of different building materials. I'm just going to break out a few blocks here. Maybe that one there as well. In fact, let's do around the side so we can have easy access. I should probably put a window here, but I kind of like the idea of having just a solid wall of cobblestone though. So that could also look good. So I'm just going to mix in some random blocks. This is how I like to do it. Nothing really formal in terms of the logic here. Let's just try some random blocks like so. And where is my not cobblestone, andesite. I wanted to look at this again. Yeah, not convinced. I think with the new texture, this to me just looks like wool. So I don't think it kind of fits anymore. So I don't think I'll be using just andesite, mixing in these other block types. So that's a shame. I have been using this elsewhere in my builds, but yeah, I might just have to settle and just go for something a little bit more vanilla, I guess. How does that look? Not too bad. I kind of just want to just get a feel for it. Again, this is nothing really structured in how I approach doing this. Just putting down different blocks and just seeing what looks good. And where does this one need to go? Kind of want to balance off the polished andesite I have up there. So let's put a couple over this side. That might help bring it down. Maybe one even in the middle there. So let's put in a stone brick. Well, that doesn't look good, does it? How do I make that look better? Not sure. Let's try a cracked brick up there. Maybe this one just can't be there. In fact, it's probably this block that really needed to go. So let's just do this. Yeah, I think that looks better. So it kind of looks like it's part of the same wall rather than just being all centered in one spot. Like that look. Then from this side, oh, I need to finish this still. What are we going to do here? Probably go crack brick there. One down there. Let's put in a polished block up there. Then stone brick. Yeah, sure. Why not? It's a bit dark up there now, but let's take a look. Yep, looks good. Over here, I've also made some changes. Well, look at the mobs over there. As long as they stay over there, we're all good. I got another stall, or another stand. These guys just spawned. 2 of them. So, obviously I need some lighting. Oh, okay, make that 3 of them. As long as there's no creepers mixed in there, we're all good. So, yes, mixing in this kind of look with this one, I think looks good. Having some slight variations. These are both at the same height. This one is at different heights. And I've also got this one having like a different entranceway here. So I'm just going to have this set up. And I've got these trapdoors on the outside so I can put in a full block here and here. So it could be like a chest, then a crafting table, something like that. And then I left this side of the stand open. So just small variations, I think that will just help to make this look a little bit more unique. And then right next to this thing, I don't know what this is going to be. I did want another structure here, but I haven't settled on what I'm building yet. I've just started placing blocks down just to see what I can come up with. You can get a feel for the palette. So I guess it's just a combination of all different wood blocks, wood types and wood blocks here. And loving my use of these spruce trapdoors. Might overuse it sometimes. You'll have to let me know if I'm doing that, but I think I'm really going to enjoy using this in my building designs. And the idea is that this building is going to have 2 layers, maybe even 3, and we'll have this building go behind these stands here as well. I think it'd be pretty cool to have this kind of fill out this area. Whoops. Must have been in anticipation of this guy coming that I fired that arrow. But yeah, happy with the look there and the progress. And I also have made a few changes to, oops, oh, shooting the arrow again, over here. So while these drowns are just chilling out down there, I've started to put in some extra details to this merchant ship, just trying a few different things. So on this one down there and all the other ones I've built, I've used the oak trapdoor. So this one I've switched out for the spruce trapdoor. And I'm also using these wood blocks here as well. So this is something you can do in Update Aquatic. You basically take a log and then you just combine them into something like that in a 2x2 pattern. And then you can create one with the texture on top. And that's great for a design like this because I didn't really have a use for this top area being exposed, and I was hiding the top area using carpet previously, but I think this is a much more elegant solution. And it's just going to make this overall look better, I think. So, keen to use more of these wood blocks as well now. And I think there's many possibilities, but it's just the finer details. Just all the little extra things we can do in this update. It's going to take a bit of time to get used to and incorporate them into my builds. So it started raining, which is a bit of a shame, but a blessing at the same time, because I've got an ugly building in front of me. I created a montage of me building this thing as I was progressing through it. And you know what? The end result, I am not happy with it. So I'll be changing this design, so don't pay too much attention to this. Just look at the lovely rain in front of it. Don't look at this building itself. I guess part of what I was going for, particularly on the upstairs section, I thought it'd be interesting to have like some drying racks where now that you can put item frames down horizontally, we could put this down and then dry some fish on within a item frame. And then you could go down and sell that in the markets here. So that's what I was thinking about when I was creating this large flat area up here. But the actual building itself, yeah, I just don't like. But I do like the view. I do like how you can look over things from this perspective. So I want to maintain that, but I do want to change the building. But I do have some other changes that I've progressed. So this merchant ship is slightly different now compared to the other 2. This one's got 3 kind of supports for a sail, and these sails are rolled up, just something slightly different. And I've also got in some dark oak trapdoors here for the sides, which I think looks good for a ship like this, because I've gone for a darker theme and darker look. This is also dark oak slabs, where all the other ones was using spruce. So small changes, but pretty happy with that. Building, not so happy. But as we come down here, I've got some more changes. I've put the inside... Whoa, is that a creeper? Did I see something then, or...? No, I definitely saw a creeper. Okay, just double checking. So I've got this area you can walk on in. It's like a little transition room. This is just using the spruce trapdoors. Again, I don't want to overdo it, but let me know if I am. Just really like this as a building material. But I think that looks cool for a floor design, particularly when it's above an exposed area like this. This is kind of like some kind of support beams. And then we also have a space above, some kind of attic, or this could be like an administration area, like an office space. Pretty happy with this. Now, how do I get down? Let's go this way. I don't want to risk my chances with that. Risk the creeper. Whoa, he's right there. Okay, fine. I'm going to say hi regardless. He's going to pop out first. Really? Okay. Where did he go? Did you guys... Oh, he went over there. Really? Interesting. Very interesting. Some black magic going on there, I think. Anyway, so this building, I've also got some extra lighting up in here. I think it helps to make this area look a little bit brighter, particularly up the top part of the building. Over here, we've also made some progress. Kind of finished this building. Very simple stuff. So these are connected on the outside, but they're not connected on the inside. So we can have two unique businesses. This has got a nice open plan design on the bottom. And up above here, it's got a second story. I really like this look. This is an overlooking section of the dock area. Pretty happy with this perspective. And if you want to be sneaky, you can jump out this way. Cruise on down here into this other building. And maybe this could represent like an original building, something that was here maybe a long time ago, and then a more modern extension, or just a new modern business has come along and set up shop. So I do like the two contrasts of the two buildings coming together. And I had a bit of a challenge trying to get the roof design to work, just something that looked not too weird. Pretty happy the way this has turned out. But besides that, again, we're coming out this way now. We've got this area a little bit more cleared and making some more progress to help with this transition. This is the main path to take us into the main island here. I do need to work on this transition though, because it's just far too steep. So a few more things I need to do for that. I've been clearing out some of the smaller trees, trying to make this area look okay. I think this will definitely work for us, and I really like how you're going to come out on this perspective and get the overlooking of this dock. And I do like the way this looks as you walk in this way. So really happy with this transition area, this little road that we're going to put in there. And what I thought we could do to finish off the episode is just try a couple of things. Maybe we could put down some barrels. Now I do know barrels... Oh, okay, well I can't put that there because there's another trapdoor. There are barrels that are coming officially in the Village and Pillage update. But in the interim, we could probably experiment with a few other designs. Maybe we could try out the good old spruce trapdoor again. Let's just put it out here. Just wanted to see what this would look like. Because you can do something like this. Kind of looks like a container. It doesn't have to be a barrel. It could just be an exposed container. And then you can put something in it. This could be, I don't know, berries or something. And what does snow look like? It could be something like sugar. And in fact, you could probably use snow layers to make this. In fact, let's try that out. Oh, I need 3, do I? Okay, fine. Where is my crafting bench? One of these, thank you. Let's do this. Let's just grab a few of these layers. And then let's just see, does it look better when it's at the top here, or if we go down a little bit? So let's try this out. So that's not too bad either, because you get up closer and you can look in. Just got to think about the lighting situation, but something like that would be pretty cool. And if I look in my box of tricks, this is kind of my decoration box. I think there's many things we could do around here to add in more detail. One of the obvious ones is to use hay bales. We could certainly mix some of these around, and I am thinking right here would be a good spot for these. Could probably do, and I could probably remove something like this. Put down hay bales like so. This kind of just fills out an area, and it's kind of practical because we could have horses that might want to come down here, or we're trading hay bales. So something like that could certainly work. And I do have this here as well. I kind of left that because I needed to put something there. Anyway, all these little details I'm going to figure out, and then we'll build all these extra details in the next episode. Won't take up the whole next episode, but I do want to add all these details with you guys, so we'll do that together. And in the interim, I'm going to change this building. So one final look, this is going to be no more. Sorry if you like it, because I don't fully like it, so I'll be changing this out. Anyway, I'm going to leave the video here. Thanks for watching, stay awesome, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.